Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Explainer. If you've been tracking the home theater space recently, it's honestly wild to see how much has changed. It's like we blinked, and the year 2026 completely revolutionized projector technology. We are officially way past the era of those bulky, noisy, and frankly kind of dumb projection boxes. We've entered this amazing age of peak optical performance that is just seamlessly married to your smart home. So today we're going to break down the architecture and ecosystem integration of these next-generation beasts. Okay, let's dive right into this. The source material presents this powerful quote that perfectly sets the stakes for what we're looking at today. For decades, right, a projector was basically just an endpoint. You plugged a cable into it and it threw a picture on a wall. But in 2026, a projector is no longer a standalone optical device. It is an intelligent node within the broader smart home environment. Literally, these aren't just dumb display units anymore, they are smart home orchestrators. So, to understand how we got here, we've got a roadmap. We're going to look at 1. The 2026 light revolution. 2. Advanced engineering and performance. 3. Smart home ecosystem integration. And finally, 4. Choosing your ideal setup. All right, kicking things off with Section 1, the 2026 light revolution, and the major shift to solid-state illumination. The real driving force behind this entire revolution is the tricolor or RGB laser engine. The market has completely abandoned those old, hot, fragile lamp architectures. Instead of bouncing white light through a spinning piece of glass, these new engines use discrete red, green, and blue laser diodes. So what does that actually mean for you sitting on your couch? Well, it means these units are now hitting over 100% of the massive BT 2020 color gamut, which is the absolute ultimate standard for ultra-high definition. And because they eliminate physical color wheels entirely, they also completely bypass that dreaded rainbow effects that used to plague older DLP models. You just get perfect, maximized color volume, no headaches required. Now, what's really interesting about this slide is how engineers solved the absolute biggest issue with pure lasers, which is laser speckle. ALPD 5.0, or Advanced Laser Phosphodisplay, is essentially a hybrid technology. It takes the extreme color accuracy of those RGB lasers we just talked about, but perfectly combines them with the speckle reduction benefits of LED phosphor. It's seriously the ultimate best of both worlds scenario. You get that punchy, superior brightness, but with a smooth, speckle-free image that genuinely saves your eyes during a long weekend movie marathon. And to actually put all that beautiful light to use, native 4K microdisplay chips, whether we're talking Sony's SXRD, 3LCD, or advanced DMDs, are now the absolute standard baseline. They flawlessly handle high bitrate streaming and Blu-ray content for razor-sharp rendering. Now yes, 8K pixel shifting exists for sure, but that's pretty much reserved for the ultra-premium cost-is-no-object tiers. For the rest of us, native 4K is the incredible new normal. Moving right along to Section 2, Advanced Engineering and Performance, specifically looking at intelligence and thermal dynamics. Think about how annoying it used to be to set one of these up. Now, it uses AI-driven spatial calibration. It's like having a tiny robotic assistant built in. First, high-resolution time-of-flight sensors instantly scan your room. Second, geometric AI models process that spatial data. And third, the projector seamlessly applies instant autofocus, real-time keystone correction, and even avoids obstacles, like it'll actually map around a light switch on your wall. The so what here is massive. It means you can dynamically place the projector anywhere in a room, and it perfectly aligns itself without you ever fiddling with tiny dials. This crazy engineering extends right into thermal management too, especially in ultra-short throw or UST models. These units sit right up against your wall and project massive 100-plus inch images from mere inches away. It's incredible, but packing all those intense laser diodes into a small, sleek box creates a ton of heat. To keep the system from literally melting down, these projectors now utilize internal liquid cooling loops and advanced vapor chambers. And the result of those advanced vapor chambers brings us to this incredibly vital statistic: 20 decibels. Because that liquid cooling is so highly efficient, the acoustic noise ceiling is kept to a whisper-quiet 20 decibels. That means no more whirring, annoying fan noises ruining the quiet, dramatic moments of your favorite movies. So the crucial point here is that this performance extends way beyond just movie watchers. For gamers, we're now looking at sub-10 millisecond input lag. Honestly, that speed is absolutely critical for high-end console gaming. It finally makes a projector just as responsive as a high-end dedicated gaming monitor. And that low input lag? It's driven by these next-gen connectivity specs. We are talking full bandwidth HDMI 2.1a integration across the board. This allows the projector to handle 4K resolution at 120 Hz with variable refresh rate, or 1080p at a blistering 240 Hz. These specs, paired with low-latency algorithmic processing, translate directly into a flawless, totally tear-free experience for dynamic content and the absolute latest gaming consoles. All right, Section 3, Smart Home Ecosystem Integration, the projector as the ultimate node. The bedrock of all this lifestyle integration is Matter protocol adoption. Leading manufacturers have completely embraced the Matter standard. What does that mean for you? Interoperability. Your projector isn't an isolated island of technology anymore. It can flawlessly communicate with the rest of your house, regardless of whether you have smart blinds from one brand and smart lights from a totally different one. And this brilliantly illustrates how different brands are utilizing that connectivity today. On one side, you have the Google Home ecosystem with Google TV. This approach really focuses on automated routine triggers. You power on the projector, and it automatically tells Google to dim your lights and lower the blinds. But on the other side, you have Samsung Tizen and LG webOS. They take a totally different approach, turning the projector into the literal control hub of your house. It acts as an IoT hub for SmartThings or ThinkQ, syncing your lighting, managing your mesh router bandwidth, and even popping up a notification right on your 100-inch screen to tell you your laundry is finally done. How cool is that? Of course, it's definitely worth noting that the legacy brands, the optical pioneers like Epson, Sony, and JVC, they're taking a slightly different route. They prioritize absolute optical purity above all else. Their focus remains heavily on deep black levels, native contrast, and advanced dynamic HDR tone mapping. These are very much designed for dedicated pitch-black home cinema environments, and they integrate deeply with high-end custom AV controllers like Control4, rather than your standard consumer smart hubs. Which brings us to our final section, Section 4, choosing your ideal setup and aligning this tech with your space. Let's move to the selection matrix and see how this builds, because it's like a giant puzzle, and you just need to find the piece that fits your specific room. If you're outfitting a bright living room, look for an ultra-short throw with a tricolor laser and an ambient light rejecting, or ALR, screen. Going for a dedicated dark room, you'll want native 4K LCOS, that's liquid crystal on silicon, with dynamic HDR hooked into a custom AV controller. Need something flexible for the bedroom or backyard? Grab a smart portable RGB laser leveraging that AI spatial calibration. And for a dedicated game room, look for a laser LED hybrid with HDMI 2.1 to max out your console's 4K 120 Hz capabilities. Just map your room directly to this setup. So, as we bring this explainer to a close, here is your quick checklist for finalizing your acquisition. Number 1, you absolutely must ensure the hardware acts as a fully integrated smart space component. Next, prioritize those tricolor laser or ALPD 5.0 architectures because that is where peak visual performance lives. Definitely strictly verify Matter compatibility so your gear isn't obsolete in 2 years. And finally, ensure native support for whatever smart home hub you already use. We really have come a long way from the noisy, hot light boxes of the past, haven't we? The technology is finally here, and it is spectacular. So the only question left to ask is your living space ready for a fully automated optical hub? Take a look around your room, think about the concepts from this explainer, and start planning your ultimate upgrade. Thanks so much for joining me today, and keep learning.